Hey everyone, I'm Johnny, and this is my co-host Connor.
Welcome to our podcast, Dad Shoes.
Have you ever wondered where a dad joke comes from?
Or how dads just seem to have the right wisdom for the moment?
Maybe you're just trying to figure out what your dad was thinking. Maybe you are a dad, and you just need to hear,
Hey man, us too.
well, we're learning what it's like to wear the dad shoes.
We'd like to invite you to join us on the journey. First things first, though, John. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
I mean, it's like
Happy New Year.
2 weeks in at this point, but
Yeah, actually,
it's 14.
exactly 2 weeks in.
Exactly 2 weeks in. How's it going so far?
For me or for, the rest of the world? Because for me, it's great.
Let's say for you, yeah.
That's great.
That's good. That's good. We're doing pretty well over here. We're working on the house.
Awesome.
That's it's going very, very slowly,
Of
actually.
course it is.
We're ready to jump in there, and it's crazy, like, having never done this before, like, never bought a house, never
Right.
renovated a
anything.
house.
Yeah.
Doing mission trips, we never worried about permits.
Yeah.
We just went in
Sure.
and we put the walls up. As
Somebody else is worrying about that crap.
somebody else is worrying about that. No, but this is my property, and I have to,
Yeah.
make sure
Sure.
we do all the, check all the boxes and all that. But anyway.
So what's taking so long? What's the issue?
First of all, we just kind of had to figure out what we were doing, like what we were going to do first. So, everything needs to be done in the house,
makes sense.
but there's you have to do it in a certain order, and a lot of the big stuff we want to take care of first. So then we're waiting for people to come out and we can get estimates. So then we need, the electrical estimate before we can do the AC. So yeah, that's kind of been taking a while.
Planning for me is what takes the longest, and not just I've noticed that I'm like when I'm building something, I'm like a planner, and I want to make sure that I got everything right. And it's been a big hindrance in my life because when I'm working with somebody else's plans, like I'm building what you have designed, my plan involves, okay, I'm going to make this, and this is how it needs to look when I'm done, and this is the cut list. But how am I going to how am I going to put it together, make it look right? And, it's like I got to make a cut list and I got to make the plans make sense. And that's easy, right? So I'll look at it and I'll plan it out. But when I'm making something from out of my brain, it's like, okay, so this is what I want it to look like. And then I got to make the plans, and then I got to draw it out. And that takes forever for me. So the planning part, I'll over plan without ever getting anything done, and that's been a big hindrance for me.
Yeah,
and that's not even including permits.
I could see that in the process. I don't know that we have a problem with over planning. It's just a lot of options. What do we want to do? We've got this whole house. It's like a blank slate. We can really make it whatever we want. Do we want to go into all that trouble, or do we just want to get through this quick and move in?
Yeah,
which I think that's kind of what we're leaning towards.
Just getting through it.
Not get through it to rush through the process, but when we think about the reality of how much money we have to spend on this, let's just do the bare minimum. Let's get in the house, and we can think about more things later.
So that was kind of the look we've got, but we're not doing any major renovations. The major renovations we want to do in our house have to do with the lawn and the appliances, and it's otherwise everything else is just planning out where we're going to put furniture and we've kind of made a wall. You've seen
yeah,
it, I think.
I've seen your wall.
Yeah. I mean, you helped me pick it up, but I don't know if you've seen it installed. But anyways, we're doing small things like that. If I don't like it, I can always take it down and move it. But when you're putting up walls, you're taking a wall out, and I assume you're putting in other walls somewhere else. So, I mean, there's no going back.
Yeah.
You take out a wall.
You can, but
you could.
Real obnoxious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, we're keeping the basic structure. We're only going to move. We're taking out one wall, taking out a pantry, and then moving a door. But all that, you can see all that in our vlog that we're going to post to the Dad Shoes YouTube as soon as we record an intro for that. We'll start posting those episodes.
I know you were saying you were going to do that all week.
Yeah, we've been getting footage. We've been taking footage of us doing work, but again, there's not much we can do right now, and there's an order and a process. But also, we're just kind of antsy, so we want to run over there and do something. So we'll just kind of go over and start taking out things that are there. We took out the closets. Marcy started scraping the popcorn. We put a couple holes in the wall just so we could see what was inside.
Today I had one of those days, and this is going to lead into our topic, but I just wanted to punch a hole in the wall.
You know what? It's harder than it looks.
It is not harder than it looks. I guess it depends on the wall.
Maybe it was my commitment.
I've put my fists through way too many walls, and not like out of anger. Like sometimes just oops.
Yeah.
But I put my brother's head through a wall when we were kids. It was we were just goofing around. I mean, we were brothers and we were wrestling around and whatever. I think it was 10 or 11. And my brother's head went through the wall. We had this column. Went right through the drywall. My dad was not happy.
I mean, I guess good thing there wasn't a stud there. Of course, after you put your brother in the wall, there was a stud there.
Yeah, there was. That was a good one. Oh, man. So I have a visual dad joke. My aunt found my uncle's stud finder, like that you put up to the wall.
Sure.
And it's just a density meter, right? So she pushes the button and puts it up to my uncle's chest. And it goes beep, 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 because he's a stud.
Yeah. It's a requirement.
It
right?
really is, man.
If you are, I'd even go as far as if you're a guy and you hold a stud finder, you have to put it up to your chest. It's like, it's guy code.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely, it's the first thing every man does.
I mean, I wouldn't, maybe if you're like a contractor and you've been in the biz for 20 years, maybe that's when you stop doing it. But again, every once in a while.
Yeah, but I mean, you did when you were new.
Sure.
And when you get a new guy on the thing, you're going to be like, found a stud.
Yep. The new guy hasn't heard the joke yet. So
yeah, exactly.
He gets like prepped by the other workers like, hey, look, he's going to take the stud finder and just laugh, little nod and you'll be okay.
That's funny.
You'll be A-okay. Since we're on the topic of dad jokes, I've got one I want to share with you. This is actually a math joke.
A math joke.
Yes, we're going to test you. We're going to test you here. Did you know that 10 plus 10 and 11 plus 11 both equal the same thing?
No, they don't.
What is 10 plus 10?
It's 20.
What is 11 plus 11?
It's 22. You didn't tell me that one.
Did I? I've been telling that one like for the past 2 months.
Yeah, but it's funny. The first time I like you sent it to me, I'm like, that's cute. When I said 22, that was a genuine laugh. It was funnier the second time.
That was perfect. I appreciate you giving me that one. Anyway, let's jump into our topic here because this is one I've actually wanted to talk about for a little while. It's been on my mind and I just never brought it up. We had other stuff going on. But I want to ask you the question. What are things that you planned to do, wanted to do, committed to do as a parent before you became a parent that once you had kids, you did not stick to? Like promises you made that you have now been like, nah, not important. We're just going to do it this way.
I can't think of one. Like you said that, and I can think of a bunch of reverse, like the opposite. Like I would not do this, and then I did. The only one I can really think of is maybe Santa Claus, and it's more, and it's again, it's the opposite. Like there's not really anything that I said I'm going to do this that we haven't stuck to. Like I was blessed with a wife that agrees with me about cloth diapers, and I've said this before. My family was taking bets, like cash money bets, at how long we would stick with cloth diapers. And we're now 2.5 years on one kid and a full year on the other one.
I mean, so that's commitment.
Yeah, I mean we use disposables now at night. And it's a twofold reason. One reason is the cloth diapers lose absorbency. They don't absorb as much after a while. And I don't know why. We strip them about once a month. So there's this chemical process. It pulls all of the chemicals out, all of the detergent from washing it, and all of the, pee and stuff. It pulls everything out of them so they're, stripped. And we do that once a month. And then you would think that would put it back to fresh. Most of them are this bamboo rayon microfiber, so they should be really absorbent. And they were when we got them, but they're less absorbent now.
Mm-hmm.
So at night, we need to be more. We're not on top of it. It's 8 hours they're in bed, 10 hours they're in bed when they're not being changed. So we'll do the disposables. But recently, we started doing with Charlotte May. We started doing a cloth diaper when we put her to bed, and then when we go to bed, we'll pick her up, take off the diaper, go sit on the potty, and then put her back into bed in a disposable. Because that's when it's really going to be the longest. And the first time we did it, that we remembered, completely dry diapers, dry cloth and dry disposable in the morning. So, I mean, when we're on top of it, she's great. Then we had the other, pretty much we just forget until, oh wait, it's midnight. I didn't put her on the potty and now she's wet. So, but otherwise the biggest thing that I've seen is the opposite. So I wasn't going to tell my kid no, right? And not like, you can do whatever you want, not tell my kid no. I wasn't going to use the word no.
Yeah.
Like instead of I want a cookie. Not no, just how about instead of a cookie we have a carrot or something. I mean, we didn't give them sugar until they were a year old. So there's that. But that is more of the opposite. Like, I'm not going to do this, but then
Sure.
I did. So
yeah, I mean, I think that still counts for sure.
yeah,
I think that's like looking back, having a 3-year-old. That is like some wishful thinking right there, pre-child.
tell me
John.
about it. Yeah,
As soon as that kid learns to talk, it's like, no.
the first word she learned, well, not the first one, but the first one she would use at us was no. And I don't know if your kids are the same, but
I think it
Just-
was with Riley.
I don't even know where they got it from. And Mabel doesn't say no at all. She doesn't speak. She doesn't have That's her words.
Well, she's one. We'll cut her some slack.
Man, it's so irritating. I like to feel I like to think that Charlotte May was more advanced at this age, at 1.
Yeah.
But and I don't remember.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, total side topic. Because I feel like we're the opposite. I feel like Riley is so much more advanced than Titus was.
Yeah.
But I think it's because she has Titus as an example.
And daycare.
And daycare.
Yeah.
That for sure. I mean, oh my gosh, that's a whole other episode. I think
Dude, daycare is
being
a
in
necessity.
school, I think being in school is a big plus for Riley. But I think having an older brother to model it for her has helped. She definitely seems more advanced than Titus was at her age. But again, I'm just maybe misremembering. Anyway, back to our current topic. I think about this every day at mealtime. I think about this question.
Uh-oh.
I think about this topic because I remember before we had kids, and even when Marcy was pregnant, we were like, no baby food. We're not going to buy baby food. We're going to make our own baby food. I don't think we ever made baby food. That's not true. I think we made like carrots once or twice for Titus, but it was just like, it comes in a pouch and it's, easy.
We made our own baby food.
Yeah. We talked about it and we had like the Ninja, and I think we made carrots once or twice, but after that, like now we buy pouches and it's like, hey, have a pouch. You can hold it yourself.
You mean like the applesauce pouches?
Yeah, applesauce, but like applesauce and veggies.
You get the veggie pouches still.
Yeah, some of them.
And they eat the veggie pouches?
Yeah. I mean, with Titus, it's mostly as a supplement because he doesn't eat other food. Like he's super picky. That said, he's been really into grilled cheese lately.
That's awesome.
So
I mean,
that's good.
There's only a little bit of
it's
protein
cheese
in it,
and bread, but he's eating an entire meal.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, which is better than nothing. But then we'll give him a pouch to get. Of course, he still loves fruit, but to get his vegetables and stuff, we'll give him a pouch. Good.
So I was really like, yeah, totally do make your own baby food, but it wasn't up to me. I had no say in that, and not because I just didn't have a say. It's like, I'm not home. If it was left to me, the kids would eat what I eat because I go to work and I come home and then we cook dinner and then we go to bed. That's it, right? So my wife was the one who was big on making the baby food, and then she had a weird schedule with Charlotte May so she was home more, but she worked a lot of hours. It was really She would work early, and then anyways, she was the one that took care of everything. And if she said, "Hey, can you make carrots for me?" I would. My dad got us the Baby Breeza, which is it's a steamer and blender in one.
Wow.
So you just put the carrots in there and you push go, and it goes. And then when it's done, it's all blended up. You put it in the pouch and you're all set.
Yeah.
So we would put them in these little 1 ounce ice cube trays. So they would get like 3 ounces of carrots for breakfast. And then that only lasted, or not breakfast, but for like lunch or something. And that only lasted until they were 6 months old and started actually eating food. We didn't need to anymore. So,
Man, that would have made it so much easier.
Oh, dude, that thing was awesome.
Steam and blend it at the same time.
Yeah. Well, it would steam it. It would do the whole steam thing. You put a little bit of water in the thing, and then it would steam it. And then the first time I saw her use it, she's like, "Oh, I'm making baby food," and she leaves the kitchen. I thought she's done. And like 10 minutes later, I hear this beep, 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 beep coming from the kitchen. I run in there. There's an alarm going off. It's just telling you, "Hey, I'm done cooking. I'm going to start blending now."
Yeah.
So it was a little weird, but total game changer. That thing would have made it so easy for you.
Yeah,
and I know they've got the meat. You can buy the meat proteins.
Yeah,
baby food.
That's one thing. Gross. Like, I don't know if you guys, you're blending your own meat, that's okay. We have never bought a pouch with meat in it to give to our kids. That just sounds really gross.
I haven't done that. We did vegetables. We did fruit for a little bit, and then they started eating fruit. So they kind of ended up like popsicles because we would freeze them in little 1 ounce little gumdrop looking things. So it was like a popsicle for them with the fruit, at least.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do meat. That just sounds gross.
And it's like shelf stable mixed in with all the no thanks.
Look, I'm not saying Spam ain't good because
I guess that's true.
Spam's pretty good. But okay, give them Spam, that's fine, whatever. But I don't know, just looking at the jar of baby meat. Ugh.
I don't know. I can't imagine they would like that. Anyway, no, I think about that question every day at mealtime because I'm like, yeah, remember when we said we were going to make our own baby food?
Make our own food,
and we weren't going to buy any. And now, like pouches, that's one of my kids' favorite foods is food that comes in a pouch. They love it.
I read somewhere Charlotte May was a couple months old, and I read somewhere that it was probably like a conspiracy theorist website. Looking back at it. But like an anti-vaxxer site or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't give kids the pouches, the food out of the pouch, because then they'll just think that food comes out of a pouch and they won't eat food. They'll only eat pouch food, which is, I can see why that makes sense.
Yeah. But then they'll want to be astronauts because astronauts eat out of
pouch food. Yeah.
I really see like I'm setting my kids up for success here.
You mean I'm an astronaut? I want to be an astronaut and I have to eat out of pouches? I do it already. Sounds good to me.
There you go. One step closer.
Right, one step closer.
Yeah. I mean, it's usually a last resort. Like, we don't present the pouch first. Like, hey, here's your plate of food. We'll see what they get through. And then if we feel like they need more food, it's like, okay, well, here's a pouch.
We usually have, we will frequently have issues with mealtime. They just don't want to eat. And well, Mabel eats anything, and the kid is huge. I think.
Yes, she is.
I think she's a big kid. They're almost the same size. Mabel is 19 months younger, and I don't know. I think she's big, not too big. Just she's bigger, and whatever. I'm not disparaging my own child. I just think she's a bigger kid than Charlotte May, right? In comparison, so. She eats a lot. She'll eat anything. And Charlotte May was the same way. She'd eat anything. And then all of a sudden she became picky. And it's not that she's picky. She just doesn't want to eat food. At least not around me. Apparently she'll eat lunch all the time.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about that. That's like Titus eventually. And for him, it was picky. Like, he just got really picky. Mm-hmm. And Riley still, like, she's usually our big eater. Just in general. I don't think I have anything else to say on this topic. So,
hey, that's cool. But no, but I mean, so like Santa Claus was one for me, and not so much Santa Claus specifically, but hey, if there are kids listening, maybe pause the podcast now. All right. So for years, I'm not going to tell my kids about Santa. I don't care. Whatever. And then my mom kind of talked me into it and like, no, Santa Claus isn't like a person. Santa Claus is an idea of gift giving, right?
Yeah.
So she gives me this whole like, totally believe in Santa. You can't. I'm 25 years old. I totally believe in Santa. You can't tell me that. And so I'm like, all right, Mom, you're in charge of Santa Claus from now on. And I was 25. I did not have kids. And that was like, I'm not going to tell my kids about Santa because I don't want to lie to my kids. I've
Sure.
almost kept that up. I don't lie, but I kind of fib. Like I'll tell like little like, it's not exactly true, but it's kind of not a lie. Like Santa Claus, I'm like, oh, look what Santa got you. And now I'm doing the whole Santa Claus thing, and it's on the mind because it was recent.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. I think we were kind of on the fence. I think we're still on the fence about it.
Yeah.
Like when it's not Christmas. Like when it's Christmas, when December hits, it's full on like, oh yeah, Santa Claus. Look, there he is. Here's some movies. This is what he looks like.
Yep.
Here's Santa Claus. Let's go.
That was this year, 2020. Well, not this year, last year, 2020. Any chance I got to put Santa Claus in front of my kids, I did it.
We even went to go meet Santa Claus.
You got to meet Santa?
Yeah.
This year?
He was at my church.
Wow.
Yeah, they were. I guess I should have told you guys. You guys might have wanted to bring the kids to that. It was like a scheduled event we did a Friday and a Saturday. You could schedule to come get your picture taken with Santa. And Titus had a good long talk with him, but he did not want to get his picture taken. He did not want to turn his back on that guy.
That is so funny.
He's aware. I mean, Klaus is one of his favorite movies, and so we talk about Klaus and Santa Claus all the time.
That is so funny. I haven't seen Klaus.
He did not. You haven't seen Klaus?
No.
Oh my god. That is the best Christmas movie.
Is it really?
I really think.
Oh wait, that's the one that came out last year. No, 19.
Yeah, 2019. I believe it came out.
Yeah,
it's so good. It is. It's on Netflix. Just watch it tomorrow.
Okay.
It's really good. It's such a good movie.
To work.
Watch it after work. I don't know.
Okay, that's funny. I'll
watch it with your kids. It's a good movie.
I thought it was a scary movie.
It's a little creepy, just the artwork, but
it's a cartoon.
I don't know, Titus, yeah, it's a cartoon.
Okay.
But the way they styled it is like it's computer animated. It's computer animated.
I wasn't going to say anything,
but it is colored as if it were drawn. So it doesn't look like computer animation. But I don't know, it's really good. I can go on and on about Klaus.
Oh, we'll have to watch it.
And transition into video games. We're out of practice, folks.
On the topic of animation. Dude.
Yes.
Dude. All right. You remember that episode of Community? It was a Christmas episode. Where Abed has a mental breakdown, so they're all in stop motion.
Yeah,
dude.
I watch the Christmas Community episodes every year for Christmas, so they are fresh in my mind.
They are so good. I don't, and I should. They're so good. I love that show. The first season was by far the best. No,
I think we agree. Second season.
The second season. The first season was great because it opened it, but the second season was like they don't have to introduce anybody. It's just good content.
Yeah.
That second season was where it was.
It is so good, man.
That was the one that had AD&D, right?
That was one that had the D&D episode. Could you imagine just, not that I think they should do a reboot or anything like that, but if they were to do a reboot with all the things that happened in the last 2 years, in the last 4 years.
Look, I don't think that there's an issue. I mean, Pierce would be... No, we're not going to talk about that, but I don't know why they pulled it. Being in blackface and being dressed in makeup is different.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's why they pulled AD&D.
Yeah, they pulled I forgot all about that. Yeah, they pulled the D&D episode, the first D&D episode.
There's a second one?
Yeah, they did it again in season 4.
Wasn't it terrible?
Okay. It was okay.
I don't remember it at all, so...
It's got David Cross in it.
I'll have to rewatch it.
But that is pretty good. It's worth a watch. Yeah. Anyway,
we
we love the show Community.
On the topic
so,
of Community.
on that topic, real transition. We found, I think, the greatest first-person shooter on PC right now.
Dude, it is so great.
It's
Hashtag.
called 6 Seasons in a Game. It's on Steam if you have Steam on PC. It's free, which is even better. And somebody has just it's a fan game. Like, it was not licensed or anything like that. But we've been playing a little bit because it's super fun. And it just recreates like the paintball episodes.
Quit changing around.
Yeah. And it's just an awesome like homage to Community and
It
all
really
the little
is.
jokes and references. You know, you can find references to all the great iconic
best
episodes around the
episodes.
campus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just get to explore Greendale, which is really fun.
That's the best part. It
The
really
game
is.
itself, the gameplay is okay, but if you're a Community fan, definitely check out 6 Seasons in a Movie. And if you see a server titled The Jage
Or
or
Convod 6.
Convod 6, definitely click on it because that's going to be one of us.
One of us. So, no, let me tell you, that game, if you're looking for a good first-person shooter, go play something else.
Go play some.
If you're looking for just a couple hours of good fun, 6 Seasons in a Game, man. It's so good. And
It's a little ridiculous.
I really hope that I get the feeling that it's okay. And I hope that nobody comes at them, at the producers of the game. But it is so good, man. And not because I want to keep playing it. I mean, it's funny. I will keep playing it because it's funny. It's amusing.
We'll play
So
for a little bit and then switch over to Halo or something else.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's so cool. It's clever. It's so in the vein of Greendale.
Yes.
Like,
and it's not that graphically intense. Like, you could
No.
probably play it on any computer. So
you could probably play it on your phone.
you definitely could play it on your phone.
Oh man,
I'll have to
that'd
look
be
into-
fun.
that'd be
if you
great.
could.
We'll have to check the App Store later today. You also downloaded another first-person shooter you were streaming on Dad Shoes today. How was your foray into Star Wars Battlefront?
It was terrible.
It was terrible?
It was terrible.
How much did you play? Did you do the campaign? What did you do?
I still have 50 minutes, 52 minutes to finish downloading.
Oh, it hasn't downloaded yet?
Not all the way. So it started out this morning. It was 1 o'clock, I think. I texted you that I was getting it. So we went out this morning. We had to do our errands. I'm off today, and we get back. Went to Culver's. A little bit of a plug, but so we come back. It's 1 o'clock. Girls go down for a nap, and you told me that this was on Epic.
Yeah, free game.
Yeah, so I come in, I'm download it, and you got to download this Origin.
Origin, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have to.
I already
download the
had
game.
that, so that cut out some of my download time.
Well, yeah, I mean, it didn't even take 10 minutes to download the Origin app, but logging into it took another 10 minutes, and that's fine. And then I had to figure out how to log in or download Star Wars, so that's fine. All told, I'm sitting at the computer for 30 minutes. I get everything downloaded. It starts going. Estimated time, hour and a half. Cool. Playable at 17%. Hour and a half, that'll be like 5 minutes. It'll be great. 20 minutes later, 17%, I can start playing. I load it up. I start the stream. My estimated download time goes from like an hour and a half to 7.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I quit the stream. I played because you can only play arcade mode, which is, I assume it's battle royale kind of thing where you're on a team. It's a good versus evil, first order versus rebellion or whatever, resistance.
Yeah.
And then so you get to play that, but I don't think I was actually playing with anybody. I think I was just playing against a computer. And I played that for about an hour or so. But I did two games of that and then stopped the stream thinking, well, that'll drop it down from 7 hours to 2. Nope. Still have an hour left.
Wow.
So,
it's a big game.
Apparently.
Yeah, I started it and then I left the house. I didn't touch my computer. So it got all downloaded. But yeah, the arcade is just kind of an intro. You're playing against bots, but it's pretty
not
fun.
bad.
I look forward to it.
Okay.
I saw that you tweeted from Dad Shoes that you were streaming, so I was going to ask you about it.
OBS does that automatically. When I do hit the stream, it does the auto tweet. So, I mean, it wasn't a bad game. It's It's kind of fun. I'm looking forward to playing the campaign. Although I don't know if I'm going to play it or continue on with Valhalla or do kind of both. Because I'm really digging that Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's a fun game.
Anyway, be sure to check out all of our social media and YouTube so you can stay up to date on all these new projects that Dead Shoes are working on. We didn't even dig into Aragon because I don't want to go back to reading the first book. I'm in the second book, and it's fantastic.
It is fantastic.
I want to keep reading that one. Check out the YouTube channel to see when Marcy and I finally post our first episode of the vlog of owning a new house and all the trials and tribulations that come with it. Do we have anything else going on? Check out the stream. Check out Twitch.
We got the stream on YouTube. We got the stream on Twitch. All available at Dad Shoes Pod.
Yep. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us today on Dad Shoes. We'd really appreciate it if you would share this with your friends. Help us get the word out. If you have any feedback on our podcast, you can reach out to us on Twitter at DadShoesPod or email us at dadshoespod@gmail.com. If you're a parent, what things did you swear you wouldn't do once you had kids, but later found yourself doing that very thing?
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. What did you swear that you weren't going to do that you found yourself doing? Like saying no, or giving your kids sugar, or telling about Santa Claus. Or if you are not a parent, what things do you think you will never do as a parent? Because whatever it is, you're probably wrong. We also would appreciate it if you would leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcast. Thanks again for hanging out.
Peace.